All right, welcome back. In March, COVID-19 put Alex and Kelsey Carroll's burgeoning event business out of business. And like so many other small entrepreneurs, they pivoted and found there was a new need. Branded freestanding hand sanitizer stations. Now, just 4 months later, stand-up stations have done millions of dollars in sales, brought their 13 furloughed employees back to work, and they're helping keep people and their hands sanitized as business across the country slowly start to reopen. Emily spoke to the owners about their adventure. Take a look.
Alex and Kelsey, your story is amazing. So let's get started. And like so many small businesses, COVID shut you down overnight. And tell us what's happened since then.
Yeah, it was very dramatic. We had been building our previous business, Toss Up Events, for over 3 years. And ironically, on that weekend, it was our biggest weekend ever. So we had 13 employees all over the country, from Madison Square Garden in New York all the way down to the Houston Rodeo. And when the NBA canceled their season, all of our events were canceled and our whole business went to zero. So at that moment, we kind of had to decide, what are we going to do? We had to furlough everyone. We had to cancel all of our we had to stop everything. And so we kind of looked at each other. We were sad for a couple days and just kind of laid on the couch, and we decided, hey, let's get back up on our feet and let's come up with a new idea that we know people will need.
So where did the idea for the hand sanitizer stations come from?
Well, we knew that the venues and the stadiums that we've been working with would need the hand sanitizer stations to reopen, to help guests feel safe, to help employees feel safe. And so we thought that they could brand them, they could customize them, they could put their team logo or their school or their business. And so we worked with our existing vendors who also were kind of looking like they had nothing to do either. So we went ahead and asked them to prototype for us, and we created a website, standupstations.com, and started selling them and grew from there.
So this number is insane to me. Since March, you've brought in over $7 million in revenue. Like, what do you attribute your success to?
I think for us, the success comes down to we just have a really good team around us, right? Like, we had 13 employees that were not in the sanitizer business. So we had to pivot quickly, and all of them had to change what they were doing on a daily basis. So when I look at the success over the last couple months, I see a great team pivoting. I mean, we have a customer service team, an operations team, a sales team. We have all these people working really hard, and we couldn't do it without them.
That's amazing. I love that you work so well together. And during all this time, you've received quite a bit of national media attention. So why do you think your story is resonating with people across the country?
I think everyone loves a good comeback story. And so we were down and we were tenacious and resilient. And I think that we're a small business, we're a family business. We have two kids, one's 2 and one's 1 year old. They're very small. And so, you know, other small businesses like us are purchasing the stations for their restaurant, for their store, for their office, and they are rooting for us just like we're supporting them in their reopening.
So during this time, you've been able to work with some unique and high-profile organizations, big and small, all across the country. Tell us about who you are working with. Who's your main clientele?
Yeah, well, our main clientele, and like Kelsey mentioned before, with standupstations.com, it's really cool because you get to see the orders come in every day. So it's all different types of business sectors. You've got like hotels, restaurants, salons, like regional hotel chains. We've worked with the Marriott, Hampton Inn, NASA called us to do a station. But we've also worked with mom and pop shops, right? 1 and 2 person businesses. So that's what's been really fun for us, is to see that no matter how big your business is, we've seen all these people care about protecting their employees and protecting their customers.
So once all of this blows over, do you think you're going to go back to the events business, or what's next for you guys?
We're just trying to take it day by day right now. There's so many unknowns with the event business and, sports and things like that coming back. And so what we do know is that a lot of those venues need hand sanitizer stations, and we're able to provide that for them. So hey, when events do come back, we'll be ready. We have all of our equipment still. And so we'll see.
So real quick, why don't we finish with some words of encouragement, some advice for other small business entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I think Kelsey and I have been grinding on a lot of different types of businesses over the years. And our biggest piece of advice would be to just start small. I think a lot of times you can get in a place where you feel like you have to have the perfect website, the perfect product. It's got to be exactly how you want it before you can go to market and start selling it. For us, it's put something out there, get feedback from your friends and family to start, and then use that feedback to constantly improve whatever you're working on, whether it's a service or a product.
Sure. Alex and Kelsey, thank you for the inspiration.
All right, for more information on Alex and Kelsey's new venture, you can check them out at standupstations.com. They paid for today's segment. Keep it here.